House Speaker Paul Ryan outlined his tax reform plan yesterday. He barely mentioned this so-called border adjustment tax. National Retail Federation CEO Matt Shay is here with us now. All right, Matt, take a victory lap because you killed it, didn't you? You killed the border tax. I know it. Admit it.
Stuart, it's nice to be with you.
Yeah, right, you're right. You killed it.
Glad to be here today. Listen, I think that the speech that Speaker Ryan gave yesterday and the remarks he made and the outline that he provided to that audience is something that would have resonated very well with our members, would have been very popular with the retail industry. He said a lot of things with which we agree. And I think that makes the point that we've been in agreement with the Speaker on the need for tax reform for a long, long time. And we have one disagreement over one element, and the fact that he didn't mention that element yesterday, I think, is very encouraging to all of us.
Your disagreement is purely about the border adjustment tax. If the border, and that's the way of paying for this tax reform. Now, if you take away the border adjustment tax, would you be okay with substituting a consumption tax of some sort, like a gas tax?
Well, a consumption tax and a gas tax, I think, would be received differently depending upon which industries you're talking about, because they're going to have different kinds of impacts. But listen, I think the point here is that the Speaker made very clear that there's more than one way to get this done. And the fact that he acknowledged that there's a way to do tax reform and said by reference, you know, we've got a proposal here in the House, but there are many ways to get this done, I think that's encouraging. That's a sign that he and Chairman Brady and others are being responsive to the concerns they've heard and the recognition that the politics of this it just doesn't make sense to do tax reform by imposing a $1,700 tax on American families.
Look, I came on strong at the beginning of the interview trying to press you and say, look, it's dead. You killed it. You did it.
It's not the first time.
No, I know. But I think I'm right, though. Whether you killed it or not doesn't really matter. I think it's dead, and I don't think you're going to give me an argument.
Well, I think we've heard the Senate sort of up and down the line from among the Republican members of the Senate express a lot of discomfort with this. There's not any enthusiasm in the Senate for this to go anywhere. You've heard Secretary Mnuchin at Treasury. You've heard Gary Cohn at the White House make public statements about their displeasure with this particular approach. So, you know, I think that this is a positive development. I think that there's still a long way to go. As Speaker Ryan pointed out, it's not going to be over until we get there, and we need to get there, and I think we should be very clear on this. We will be just as vocal in support of a plan that doesn't contain the border adjustment tax as we have been vocal about one that does. So we are big champions for reform. We pay the highest rate of any industry in the country. We want to get this done, and we'll be out there tirelessly working to get tax reform across the finish line. Okay, Matt, we'll delay your victory lap for a couple of days, but after that, you got to come and take a victory lap because you really did kill it. Okay, Stuart, last word, go ahead. Victory is when we get tax reform done because it's good for the American people and good for this country, and that'll be victory for all of us.
Okay, I'll go with that. Matt Shay, a pleasure. Thanks very much, sir.
Nice to talk to you.
Good stuff,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.